Hey guys, welcome to the Gelato Fiasco podcast. It's me and Will sitting in the basement as always.
do you always have to do such an like you always literally if we go back to eat the other 2 episodes we've done so far?
I think it's gotten quieter too.
No, but like, you always do exactly the same words. Hey guys,
you didn't even let me finish the intro.
The Gelato Fiasco podcast. But you always have those.
Do I say the
Yeah, every single time.
Okay, here, fine. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart them. Ready? Hey guys, welcome to the Gelato Fiasco podcast. It's got me and Will right here, sitting in Will's basement, and just remember that life is full of various flavors, including watermelon frozen yogurt.
So are we just like saying a different flavor every time?
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought we were gonna do ice cream puns.
What is that? What is he saying? Too fast?
Stop.
Oh, the intro is too fast? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. That's why I had the Uz. It was nice and relaxed before. now we've pointed it out. Now I can't do it anymore.
I just think it's so funny.
You ruined the magic.
I just think it's so funny how every time
I
start with that. So
we didn't have an intro for today, so I was just gonna go through some of the news. Today, I think if anyone follows the Now This Discover on Snapchat, that's like one of my favorite things. I think today might have been the most interesting news day for Now This I've ever seen. I'm just gonna flip through these.
Turn off the volume.
What?
Okay, I was just going to tell
you. No, I did turn it off, yeah.
It was loud, man.
Doritos shut down comments made by Pepsi's CEO about creating female-friendly low-crunch chips because women hate licking their fingers and chewing loudly. We already have Doritos for women. They're called Doritos.
Wait, hold on. So
the company tweeted.
So did the Doritos say that themselves? Or
no. Apparently, the Pepsi CEO is the one who said we're going to create a female-friendly low-crunch chip, and then made those comments about women.
Does Pepsi own Doritos?
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all that stuff's all freaky because like all those chip companies, like I'm pretty sure Ruffles, Lay's, Fritos, they're all owned by Frito-Lay.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Like, think about it, all those companies are owned by Coke. It's like what we said last time about how like the NFL is just one corporation that's designed to look like more than one.
It's just a big monopoly, really.
It's designed to make you think that there's competition when there isn't.
Yeah, that was something else like that. But like
we were talking about the NFL.
But there was also like food chains. I feel like they do the same thing.
Yeah, like I read something. Oh my god, it's been a while since I read this. But like 6 corporations own the majority of companies in America.
What do you say?
It was something like that. It was like 6 corporations own the majority of companies in America.
Yeah.
Like there's like one that owns like most of like the world's major newspapers or the country's major newspapers. I think there's a food one. It's not Nestle. There's one that has like a ridiculous amount of food.
Yeah,
it wasn't Mars. Is it Mars? No.
No, definitely not Mars. I really don't know. But going
it's
back,
scary.
Going back
Big
to
Brother, man.
Like the Doritos thing.
Mm-hmm.
I for one, actually don't think it's a terrible idea. And now,
what's weird is that I'm pretty sure the CEO is a woman.
No, yeah, it is. So the woman.
You wouldn't think that it's a woman making these comments.
I personally think that people are attacking this, like the regular like feminists, like feminazi kind of thing. They're attacking it, but they're taking it the wrong way because the Doritos aren't technically making these because like that men don't want women to be eating Doritos in public and being gross like that. That's not what it is. Because again, the CEO is a woman, so I'm pretty sure the CEO is making this based on her own personal experience because it's advertised that women just don't want to be in public chewing loudly and having their fingers covered in crap. So
genuinely though, like from like a sociological standpoint, we live in a time now where, for good or bad, like if a specific group is targeted by any sort of like media, that's not good.
But that's the issue. Yeah. Why does that have to be the case?
I'm not gonna put in an opinion on that because I feel like that would get into like a whole nother thing. But like. That's just how it is.
I'm just saying, because she's not doing this, because obviously it is a woman, but she's not putting this out because of the fact that, like, women shouldn't have the right.
I think it's misguided.
No, it is misguided, but that's just because people want it to be misguided, so they can attack it for no reason.
Like, genuinely, like, all things aside, though, before I would have read it, if you had presented that to me completely unbiased, I would have been like, well, that's stupid.
It is stupid, regardless. It is stupid regardless, but I just don't think. I think that people are complaining over stuff because they want to complain.
Okay.
And that's literally what the world is right now. And the only thing that I kind of think, is kind of weird is that the bags are smaller, so like women need to eat smaller so they don't get like a lot.
I didn't see that.
That the bags are smaller.
Do you want to read this story? Because the next Now This story, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, so
I guess it's your call.
So this is a weird one.
This is okay. Cover your ears if you're a kid.
But
this is not PG.
This says sad Patriots fans turn to porn, which I mean.
Apparently, like, the Boston area got, like, 28%, I think it said.
28%
more traffic.
increase. That's such a random fact.
Like, hours after.
I mean...
Let's move on.
I don't think I'm
No,
a part of that
we're moving on. 2 New York lawmakers just proposed a law that would require Tide to change their pod packaging to look less like candy.
Wait, so you're saying 2 New York lawmakers did that?
Yeah.
What? So, but
what are you not understanding?
But I just think, okay. So now Tide would have to either just
change their packaging.
They'd have to ban pods altogether.
They'd be recalled.
I don't think they're gonna recall. I don't think they're gonna recall Tide pods over this.
I think that's generally what there was. Oh no, it's a proposal.
It is. Yes, it's a proposal. I don't think it's gonna pass. That's.
Oh
absurd.
yeah, but that
is.
I don't
absurd.
know. I don't know.
I think that this craze is gonna blow over like they all do. Okay.
Yeah. I think I read something that said that like a surprisingly low amount of people have died.
No, literally, there's only been 10 reported deaths from this.
Yeah.
And guess.
But I feel like there's less people who are actually eating them than people think.
But guess who these deaths are from?
Who?
Okay, so 2 of them were infants or toddlers who
Okay.
just don't know better. And then the other 8 were elderly.
Oh.
With, like, what is it, like, dementia, I think.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wait, is that in the period of time
Yes.
that this...
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
No, not a single person has
What, has
died.
everyone just gotten to poison control in time?
Yeah, everyone's just been, has literally just had, like, poisoning and just, like, vomited it. But like, only...
Oh my god.
No one's ever actually... No one, from what I've seen looking at this, and they reported now, I looked at this like, at least a week ago or something like that. But so far, the reported amount of deaths in this time frame has not been a single person who was just eating it for the meme.
The other thing I saw was that apparently, like, there's a lot of, like, Tide actually, but long before this thing started, they had, like, specifically designed the Tide Pods so that kids wouldn't eat them.
That's still the case.
Yeah, I know. But, like it's odd that this happened considering that they had taken so many precautions to prevent it. Like, there's a coating, there's, like, a chemical coating on the outside that's supposed to make you gag and, like, make nauseous
it's the same
second
thing.
it touches your mouth.
It's the same thing as the Nintendo Switch, which is disgusting.
Yes, I've seen that too,
It's
yeah.
really disgusting. I've tried it. It's disgusting.
Why would you...
Because I went to my friend's house, I heard about this, and I was like, yo, let me lick that Nintendo Switch thing. And it was gross. It was gross. I would probably still eat it, because Nintendo Switch things definitely look like candy. But... But going back to the Tide Pod thing, though, also, because literally, they do all those precautions, and this has not happened until this meme came up, okay? So, although you're saying, like, oh, they had all these precautions, but, like, that was working until someone made a joke. And then, you know, the internet spreads like wildfire. So, yes, there's going to be a joke about
What's the other thing? Oh, remember the one where people are like, put your thumb in your hand and then flick your wrist
Is that actually a real
really
thing?
quick? Yeah, that was real. You can snap like a tendon,
yeah.
in like your hand. And like I did it once and my hand hurt for like the next hour. Because, like, I did it really hard because I didn't know how dangerous
Like,
it
I'm
was.
afraid to do
But, like,
that,
people
but-
actually just flat out just broke their hands.
Well,
because the internet
Does it
told
heal?
them to.
Does it heal, like all
I don't
the
know.
way?
I don't know that.
I did hear about that, like, last year I tried, but I'm like, I guess I'm, like, too much of a wimp to actually try that, because although people are like, oh, okay, it's not
I did
real
it because I didn't realize what the consequences would be. The next one just says, "Who is Cheddar Man?" It shows a skeleton and a gravestone, and then a guy with whose hair does that look like? William Branson's hair. No, not William Branson. Russell Brand's hair, and like an Oompa Loompa's complexion.
Okay.
Then we're gonna move on. Apparently, there's a study that's been done that says there's a chemical in McDonald's products that they use to cook called dimethyl polysiloxane that can apparently cause you to grow hair.
No,
if you're bald.
This is absurd.
But you can't. It doesn't work if you eat it. It has to. I think it has to be directly applied to your skin.
Oh, so it's not the okay.
So like it's in it, but by consuming it, nothing's happening.
Okay, I was gonna say because doesn't like eating a lot of fast food make you lose hair?
Rob Gronkowski's house got robbed. A lot of people know that
Everyone
already.
knows that.
And especially so soon after our Super Bowl episode, I don't want to talk about that. Trump wants a military parade. So apparently he wants a parade across Washington D.C. that shows off the nation's vast military power, and then in the video, it's just showing people goose step walking. like the Nazis.
Yeah. What the fuck?
This is scary. Like this is.
But that's
becoming
not
like
them
a
actually doing it, right? That's not like.
This is becoming a pissing contest. Since when is national politics? I'm not even. I don't want to get political tonight.
Okay.
I'm enjoying myself.
I was
too
gonna
much.
go in, but
Yeah, no, not right now.
why could this lottery? winner. This
for
lottery
wanting
winner
to stay anonymous. Okay.
What?
So some lottery winner wants to stay anonymous, so she might not be able to collect.
Why would you want to stay anonymous anyway? It doesn't matter.
Casino mogul steps down after allegations of sexual misconduct.
Okay,
That's kind of boring.
isn't accused of sexual misconduct?
Oh, this is my favorite one. This one's not even that interesting. It's just stupid. Drinks on the download. This robotic bartender can fix you the drink of your dreams, but it's called Sir Mix-a-Bot.
No, I've actually heard of this.
I just think the name is so stupid.
I have heard of this. I saw it. I think it was actually displayed at
the technology convention you go to every year.
I can't remember.
PAX.
No, not PAX. It's like it's like in California. It's like
You went to a tech con?
I didn't go to it.
Oh, okay.
I
You
didn't
just
go
saw
to
it.
But like it's like where the biggest companies display their newest technology, like Tesla goes there, and like all these like huge brands will do. I don't remember what it's called.
Some British guy with autism who hacked the U.S. government has just won an appeal against being extradited.
How do you know he's autistic?
It says that right there. It's National Kite Flying Day, people. I hate it when people say, it's National this day. I'm like, first of all, you're never actually going to do anything based on hearing that it's National this day.
Literally every day is National something day.
Yeah, I hate when people, always try to come up with a new one. Because I feel like people just come up with those on the fly. But, aside from that, I just think it's corny.
It was like, my friend told me the other night, because we were talking about, promposals, and they told me, Saturday, or maybe it was Friday, Monday is National Promposal Day.
That, I guarantee that's no older than 3 years.
No. And I was like, oh, really? So, did a lot of people, when we were doing promposals, did a lot of people do it on that day? And they were, laughing. They're like, I just made that up. But the problem
you believe it.
But
yeah,
the problem
exactly.
is that I believe that.
Because they're so ridiculous.
Because there's literally a day for everything.
What did we say? In our first episode, we were talking about how it's National Shower with Your Friend Day, and then we went and showered.
Oh, literally.
Yes. Okay, this is my favorite one. This is my 100% my favorite one that I've seen today. FEMA pays... This one makes me laugh because it's so ridiculous. FEMA pays 30 million meals to help Hurricane Maria victims. Only 50,000 of them get delivered. Do you know why?
Why?
Because the company that they hired to deliver them has one employee. Only 50,000 ever were delivered.
I mean,
even those 50,000 weren't packaged correctly, so a lot of them were destroyed.
But still, good on that person. How much did that person get?
It was a $156 million contract, and now FEMA's in trouble for properly preparing for national disasters, which is, the purpose of FEMA. They have two things. One, respond to natural disasters. The other one is prepare for them. That's half of your... That's if our show, it was only one of us talking. The audio of the other guy just got cut, and then it's just one of us sounding like a crazy person for a straight hour.
So dumb.
Okay. That one makes me laugh so much, and that's the end of that.
Hold on.
We had so many things we wanted to talk about today. I can't remember what any of them were.
I'm looking at holidays now.
Okay.
So February 4th... Oh, wait, it's on a Sunday, but there's Rosa Parks Day, which I've never heard of.
That's definitely older. I'm 100% sure.
So if we have Martin Luther King...
That's been around for a while.
If people don't have school on Martin Luther King Day, why don't we have school on Rosa Parks Day?
Because Dr. King was all respect to Rosa Parks, Dr. King I think was more influential. I mean, Rosa Parks went on to do tons of stuff with the NAACP, but Dr. King still did far more.
Didn't he plagiarize his work?
I haven't seen that.
He went to BU. I heard a lot of stuff about him just plagiarizing.
He went to BU? No, he did not. Do you mean Birmingham University? He did not go to Boston University.
Oh.
Is there a Birmingham University? Yeah, we need to find this out. Where did college? Just write college.
Boston
Morehouse
University.
College and Boston
University. I told you. He went to Boston University.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
But because we have a friend who goes there, and I'm pretty there's just all this talk about how he went there, and that's one of the most influential people who went there. Martin Luther King went to Boston University, but he just plagiarized all his work there.
That's when remember when oh, what'd you do? Oh, there is a University of Birmingham. Thank you, researcher. Not really relevant.
Yeah, not really not.
No, I think he was an attempt. I'm gonna give him a pass.
Okay.
Next time I'm gonna hit you though. We had so much stuff we wanted to talk about a story. We had a story. There was something that happened to you recently that you said you wanted to talk about.
Did I?
Yes, you said it in the car right over here.
Well, Okay, well, I can talk about... So, basically, my phone...
Oh, that was it.
Yeah,
that was
my
it.
phone.
This isn't that actually funny, but...
It's just weird, okay?
It is weird.
So, I don't have my phone on me right now because it's broken. And I don't know why it's broken. I mean, I dropped it, like, 2 weeks ago. But the thing is, the problems didn't even, pop up until, like, 5 days after I, quote-unquote, dropped it. I'm doing, like, the little, like, what are these called? Finger...
Air quotes.
Air quotes, yeah. So...
Does hand motions during a podcast, does that count as ridiculous?
Shut up.
We should make a list of ridiculous things that occur.
This is dumb. But anyway. So all of a sudden, I got home from a hard day work, and I looked at my phone, and there was no Wi-Fi. And I'm
not gonna mention it.
Okay. Okay. So there was no Wi-Fi, and I was like, oh, well, maybe everyone else doesn't have Wi-Fi. And everyone had Wi-Fi, and I was like, wait. So I go up, swipe up on... I had an iPhone 7. I swipe up my iPhone. By the way, at Ben Potan Snap. That's BenPottTTey. Ben Potan. Anyway, so I swipe up, but I can't press the Wi-Fi. This little Wi-Fi button. I couldn't press it. I was like, what the heck's going on here? So I tried restarting the phone. I reset it. I literally factory resetted it. Is it resetted? Resetted it?
No, I think it's still reset.
Resetted.
Because set is by itself a past tense.
Yeah, because resetted it just sounds weird. But
factory reset. No, it's not.
Resetted.
No, but it's definitely... No, it's not resetted. That sounds ridiculous.
Resetted is not a word.
It's not. It's not.
It's just reset.
It's still reset.
I factory reset. I sat on the phone with Apple support for 3 hours. And they made my phone worse by the end of it.
What did you guys talk about?
Well, literally,
for like 3 hours.
Yeah, well, because a lot of it was just waiting for it to back up, update, reset. Oh. So we were just sitting there.
Was he on the line, just sitting waiting?
Yeah, it was really awkward because
I feel like it would make more sense, honestly, given how long the lines are on those lines already. He should just take another guy, and then you should be able to press a button to alert him that you're ready.
Well, no. So what happened? Because I had to go online and set up a call, so they called me.
Yeah.
So they called me, and then when the first time I was backing up the phone. And it got quiet, and I was like, sorry, this is going to take a while. And he's like, oh, no, it's fine. He just kind of sounded, kind of gay. But, I mean, it's not a problem. But it just, this is what I got out of it. He's like, oh.
I'd like to point out that the Gelato Fiasco podcast is accepting of people of all colors, races, sexes, genders,
all
sexualities,
all 92 of them.
Are we getting all of them? There's definitely something. Oh, religions.
Religions, yep.
Ethnicities.
Isn't that the same? No, I guess not.
Have we missed one?
I don't know. Well, sorry if we missed it.
Amount of arms and legs.
Okay, you're going too far now. We don't accept them. But what are you doing? What is
orientation? No, we said that's a better word than sexuality, though.
Okay. Well. So I was on the line with him, and I'm like, sorry, this might take a while I'm doing. He's like, oh, no, don't worry. Some calls literally go on for 6 hours. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking? What does someone need to be on the phone with Apple support for 6 hours?
I can't figure out which button's the end call button. So you're gonna have to press the red circle with the phone symbol in it. I can't find it. No. Okay, I found it. Sir?
Yes, literally.
This goes back and forth. 6 hour hits, and the guy on the other end just kills himself. And the phone hits the ground and miraculously hangs up.
Yeah. So
that's a great sitcom.
Okay. So I'm on the phone with the guy. He's like, "Oh, it takes 2 hours or whatever." I'm like, "Okay." Also, by the way, my phone randomly shuts off. It does. It just randomly shuts off. So
my phone did something similar though, but mine was worse than yours, arguably. Because yours was reliable.
Not really.
What happened is, you have to take the blame on this, especially now that I bought the new phone. You might as well just fess up to it.
So what? I knocked your phone on the ground.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that's... So, I literally...
Will and I had a wonderful day together. I'm like, Will, this is back in the unicorn frappuccino craze. I'm like, Will, you know what? I know what we're going to do today. He's like, what, Noah? I'm like, let's go get a unicorn frappuccino.
Was that day?
That was the same day.
How do you know?
Because we had here, let me get to that. I'll get to that. We try the unicorn frappuccino. He didn't like it. I actually thought it was interesting.
No, I liked it.
You said you didn't like it the other day.
No, I liked it. I just don't think it was worth the hype.
I think it was different enough to be interesting. It's definitely a must try.
I don't think it was worth
It's not necessarily
literally driving.
I don't think that's the point. It's
3 hours.
It's not that it has to be like the most amazing drink, but it's a must try because it's so different.
We went to 3 different Starbucks.
We went to 4 different Starbucks.
4 different and the Starbucks, the last one, we got the last of it.
We went like on this like mission. We were not gonna go home until we had drank a unicorn frappuccino. Where did we end up? We ended up in like Medfield.
Like Medfield, yeah, Milton or Medfield, something like that.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so far away. We shouldn't give any more geographic location though. But so anyway, after we were done, we were just giggling on the whole car ride home. And I said, "Well, I have so much energy now. I don't want to go home." And he's like, "You said yeah." And I'm like, "Let's go for a walk in the woods." So we go to the woods, and then I get out of my car and I jokingly take a picture of Will because he was like not paying attention and he looked kind of ridiculous. And he turns around, slaps the phone out of my hand, and hits the ground. And when I went home that day, it would not work. This is weird though, because when I first bought that phone, the weird problem is that every time you turned on the camera, it made a sound of like the camera adjusting, like an old timey like original digital camera sound of like.
But it didn't do that before.
No. This is when I first got it.
Okay.
And that wasn't an issue. There were no other issues associated.
When you first broke the phone?
No, when I first bought the phone.
It made that noise?
It made that noise. I'm like, okay. And it started getting quieter. I was thinking maybe there was like something like inside that was like just a little out of the way that like as I was using it somehow got put back into place. Something like that, right? The day after Will did that, what happened is Google Assistant, which is like Samsung's Siri, just kept popping up. And every time I would back out of it, it would pop back up. I couldn't do anything until I finally figured out how to disable it. But every once in a while, I would accidentally re-enable it because it would still pop up, but it wouldn't cover the whole screen. It'd just say, "Do you want to turn on Google Assistant?"
So if you so you had that off the entire time your phone was broken, like even until like recently when you bought your new one.
No, but here's the interesting thing. Eventually, that problem went away entirely.
That's where I'm saying, like, I feel like
But a new one happened.
But it's just so... I just feel like it's so far-fetched that all these, like, random issues just started popping up and then going away and then popping up.
Yeah, that's the weird part, is you'd think they, like, accumulate.
Yeah. But, like, you're just like, oh, one day my phone just does
I think what happened is when that hit the ground, you jiggled something out of place. And then as that got moved around with time, the problems changed.
But, like, I don't understand... I just... Like, sure, maybe I might have done something, but I just don't feel like... Okay, maybe I might have done, like, one little thing. And
honestly, you should have bought me a new phone.
No.
You broke my phone. There's nothing
There's
else.
There's no evidence. The phone is gone. You can never prove
it. It's reasonable doubt.
It's
never... hugely within a reasonable doubt.
You can never prove that. There's no video evidence, no verbal evidence.
You admitted to it at one point.
Yeah, just to shut you up.
That's still admitting. You shouldn't admit.
But
if I interrogate a kid, the kid's eventually going to give up and admit. That stuff can be used for prosecution. Remember the whole the cult thing for daycares in the 80s?
Is there a proof of me messing up?
Sometimes I let you get me so worked up. Well, anyway, here, let me finish my story.
I didn't even finish my story about my phone.
That was pretty much it.
No.
What else did you have to say?
I had a lot to say.
Oh, the important part. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even get... I was just explaining the backstory.
Let me finish so at least one of ours is finished, and then you can finish yours.
Okay.
Because especially then, once I'm done, yours is going to sound way less important.
No, mine's pretty legendary.
Mine's is way worse than yours.
Mine's...
Okay, fine. You know what? Question of the day. In the comment section, once you hear both of our stories, tell us which of our phone problems, like the final stage of phone problems, is worse.
Okay.
Actually, you might win, but whatever.
I mean, I don't know now.
Because I just remembered something else about it, too.
Okay.
So then, what happened is that if my phone went onto sleep mode, you couldn't turn it back on. You couldn't, the power button. The funny thing is that if the screen is on, the power button works fine. But if it shuts off, if it goes to sleep, you have to hard reset the phone. Which means anything I was working on, any internet page I had pulled up, it would be this thing, I had like a 30-second. I never even thought to change it. I had like a 30-second sleep timer on my phone. So if I walked away for 30 seconds, if I went to pour myself a drink, even with the phone still there, and went to sleep, I had to shut off everything.
So dumb.
Oh my god. It was horrible. That's not even the worst though. Because then the next thing that happened is that one day that went away. And for the next 2 days, everything was fine. It was working totally fine. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's finally fine. Then the Google Assistant. The Google Assistant thing started again for one day. Then at the end of that day, it stopped.
And then it was perfectly fine again.
No. Okay. Not even close. This is the worst part. Then what happened is my phone, even if it said 100% battery, would just would just die at random. In fact, it would die at random times at first. So I'd always keep a charger on me, a wall charger, and I'd charge it. And I'd try to keep it charging at all times because I wasn't sure if it would charge. And then, like, there would be times when I didn't have the charger on, which I'm like, okay, I have a few minutes before it shuts off. I'm probably safe. And sometimes it would even go on for like half an hour.
Yep.
As time went on, that time got smaller and smaller and smaller to the point that right around in like the final stages of this, if I unplugged it, I could count to 7 and the phone would die. It doesn't matter how.
Wait, hold on.
No, not even that. And then I would turn it on. It would say 0% battery.
Okay, that's what we're gonna say.
It would go from 100 to 0.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
It was like tricking itself. I don't even know. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's my half. That's my half.
This has gone on, like, I don't even think this is my fault anymore. It's just your phone's destroyed.
I think you definitely caused some internal damage that just started washing around.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, back to my phone. I feel like your problem is definitely worse than mine. But, so I was on Apple support. I'm like, we're going way back. Like, I mean,
They made me wait 3 hours!
They made me wait 3 hours for this.
I don't know why I got up and walked away.
Yeah, I don't know. So I was, on talking to him for 3 hours. But then my phone randomly shuts off. So he's like, okay, just give me another phone number that I can call you on in case your phone shuts off. Phone shuts off. I give him the number. Phone shuts off. And I'm like, I give him my mom's phone number, so I can just use my mom's cell phone. And then I go down. I'm like, Mom, where's your phone? She's like, oh, I have no idea where my phone is. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I don't know where it is. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? They're going to call. So I was running around the house trying to find the phone. Then she's like, I found it. It's on 1% battery. So I have to, and then they call, but it's on 1% battery. I missed the first call. Luckily, he called back. So now I'm on the second phone. We're doing all this stuff. I finally got my mom's phone for what we're doing it again. Doing all this stuff. He tells me, okay, you got the backup now. Now factory reset your phone. I factory reset the phone, and the Wi-Fi's working again.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, good. But remember, it's super inconsistent. So like 1 second the Wi-Fi's working, and another second the Wi-Fi might not be working. So he's like, oh, we found the issue. Now put your backup back on, and we'll be great, And so I put the backup back on, just awkwardly sitting there. He's there. He literally just doesn't talk, and then I'll just say something and be like, yeah, I'm there. But like he never like even checks to see if I'm there. So a lot of these
I hate
times,
when people do that. When like there's complete dead silence.
So a lot of the times, because I mean this goes on for a while when it's updating and backing up. I'll
yeah.
just leave and get like food, and I'd come back, and then it would be done and whatever. I'd be like, okay, it's done. But now when the backup's on, Wi-Fi doesn't work again. So now he's like, oh, okay, it must have been your backup must be corrupted. Factory reset it again. So I'm like, okay, I factory reset it again. We're waiting there again. Wi-Fi doesn't work. And now he's like, oh my god, it doesn't work. Oh my, what?
This is over my pay grade.
It worked before. What's going on? And I'm like, well,
what's going on?
I'm like, well, it's really inconsistent. He's like, oh, okay. This is out of my problem. You're gonna have to go to a store. Let me set up.
This is out of my problem. I don't think you realize how many mistakes you make sometimes. Keep in mind, actually, no, I'm gonna cut you a break on that one too because it's 10:30 and we've been working for several hours.
I know.
Now.
I make a lot of like English language mistakes. But like whatever.
I'm sure I'm better at English than math and science. No, what do you think?
In terms of analyzing it, okay, maybe I suck at everything, but whatever. That's besides the point. But so after all that, so my phone's now factory reset.
Yeah.
Like I have nothing on it, and he's like, "Oh well, I can't help you." This is like 3 hours. I'm like, what? So he said,
"Did you say what to him in that voice?"
No, but so he's like, I'm gonna set up an appointment. So I set up an appointment. I put the backup back on my phone, and then literally afterwards, none of my apps download. So before I could use the phone when it was working on Wi-Fi. Then I couldn't at all. My phone was literally unusable. It was screwed up. He messed it up. So I go to the Apple Store the next day, and they literally are like, I have no idea what's wrong with it. They were like, if you had an iPhone 4 or 4S, we could fix this. But because you have an iPhone 7, buy a new one. I'm like, what? Because they're like, oh yeah, well, the new iPhones are made so that it's impossible for this issue to happen. So buy a new one. I'm like, that's absurd. How much is a new one? Like, you have to pay $350 to buy a new one because my warranty ran out. Not to mention, my phone broke in the summer for absolutely no reason too, but it was under the warranty. But when you get a new phone then, it doesn't reset the warranty. It just gives you 90 days, which didn't even matter because those 90 days don't add on to the end. It overlaps the current warranty. So if I have a warranty for a year and I get it fixed halfway through the year, those 90 days don't add anything because you still have half a year left.
Okay.
So it just adds on. So I didn't get any extra warranty. And I'm like, this is an issue that they can't fix, that I didn't do really anything for it to happen. They're not giving me a new phone. So now I'm still here with my phone, but I'm still using it because, I discovered by the internet someone on YouTube was like, hey, if this is not working, if you stick your phone in the freezer for 15 minutes and take it out, it'll work again.
Yeah.
So this sounds absurd, right? Like, you know, when, like, what was it, the iPhone 6s came out, people were saying, oh, if you bend it, just put it in your oven and heat it up, which is complete bullshit. Like, they're just trying to break your phone. It's a joke. So, you know, I was, like, skeptical, but, like, well, my phone's broken anyway, so I'm just going to try it. So I stick it in the freezer and I take it out.
I mean, I feel like cold would cause much less damage than...
Well, yeah, but, like, you know, because
like
if you leave your phone, at least for iPhones, if you leave them in too much heat or too much cold, like, they don't work until like cool down or like, get warm enough.
They even give you, like, a warning, if I remember, right?
I don't know.
They do.
Do they?
Okay, research is saying yes.
Yeah, so I do it, and my phone's working. And I'm like, this is crazy. It's working. But the problem is, and I'm pretty sure how it works is, it only works when it's cold. So once it gets back to room temperature, it crashes. So what I've had to do for like the past week
is you have to refrigerate it.
Is literally, I'll be using my phone for 15 minutes. Oh, it breaks. All right, put it in the freezer.
At least you get 15 minutes. I got to 7 seconds.
So, in fact, the researcher is going to get my phone out of the freezer right now because prior to the podcast, so it's been in there for about a half an hour now.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, you said you were going to send him to get it
at
one point.
So, I have to stick it in the freezer, take it out, and the thing is, again, like I said, until I assumed it was only lasting while it was cold, but again, it's so inconsistent. Sometimes, I can stick it in the freezer for like 15 minutes, and it works the entire day. And then the next day, it'll crash, and it won't work at all that day. And sometimes when it crashes, I can just force reset it, and then it works again. And then if it crashes again, I can just force reset it, and it ends again. So, it's just super inconsistent, so I'm not quite sure, you know...
Can we stop for a second?
The issue.
Yes.